So what I want to give everybody game on tonight as they prepare for this Saturday's class, me and you, Stocks versus Real Estate, Saturday, 4/4/20, right? Online class. I think it's like 1:30 Eastern, something like that.
All right.
Everybody register online, crisisclass.com. So as we get into that, I want to ask you some trap advice, right?
Okay.
So if someone is, let's pick a different trap. Someone's coming out of, let's say, the corporate trap, right? Or someone's in the corporate trap right now. They're in a 9-to-5 rat race right now, corporate trap. And they might got their 401k, they might got that or whatever, but they don't really know what it is. They just signed up because it might have been a matching program or it was just a thing to do, right, for the business.
100%.
Tell me and tell us, how can those stuck in the corporate trap, we'll get to the corner trap in a minute. We're going to leave our corner boys out.
For sure. We trapping.
Right, we trapping. All day trapping, all the traps.
Right.
So tell me, how can someone, and what can excite someone that's in the corporate trap? How can they leverage the strategies we're going to be teaching this Saturday for free? How can they leverage some of these strategies to make their way out of the corporate trap? How can someone use stocks to start to build their way out of the corporate trap? What are some basic strategies?
Cool. So I'm glad you asked that, and because that's just what helped me get from the corner trap. You know what I'm saying? That's what helped me get from that trap, and it helped me get from the recidivism trap, which is going in and out of prison, in case some people don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is what helped me. So what happens is, the first thing we got to realize is that didn't happen to us overnight, right? It didn't happen to us overnight. It was something, that dialogue that was fed to us was a dialogue that said this not race of people, but this wealth section of people will benefit from you understanding this dialogue, which is the corporate trap, right? And so that had to be in place. So we got to start doing this. What I love about the stock market is now you are able to say, okay, let me take my job and make this job now my biggest investor. Let the job now be the plug that introduces me into another plug. Right. So what the job does is, the job is one plug who says, here's the money where you trade in time for money. So we know one thing: in order for us to free ourselves, we have to stop doing that. Right. That has to be the first thing we stop doing, is trading time for money. So now we say, OK, if I'm going to stop trading time for money and I know I can't get another 24, how do I now take the money from this job and elongate my time? So you take the money from the job and you put it in the stock market. So now let's say you're working 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, whatever that corporate trap consists of. But when you come home on that drive home, or when you at home sleeping, while your money is in the market, it is working for you, right? It's working for you at all times. So now what happens is, your money becomes the soldier that never needs a day off. Your money becomes the soldier that never need a lunch break. Your money becomes the soldier that never needs a vacation time. So now what happens is, you extended your working time, but your money is doing it for you, right? So this is one way how we take the money that we're working, we put that in the stock market, in a business that is always working. Because what we do understand is, for every era of the world, whether it's when Steve Jobs created the iPhone, whether it was when Jeff Bezos created Amazon, right? All of these businesses was a way that the world would transition, right? What the stock market allows us to do is say, okay, since the world is transitioning and I'm not smart enough to come up with an Amazon, then I'll just invest in the Amazon and let the Amazon buy my time back for me, right? So $1,000 invested in Amazon 10 years ago is now worth $60,000. How much time have you bought back with $60,000 with $1,000? So if you had $10,000 invested in Amazon in 10 years, that $10,000 is now $600,000. How much of your time have you bought back with $600,000? Jay, you was just mad when I told you the other day. I said, Jay, take this play. You ain't take the play. It was $100,000 play. You was like, damn, how much time would that $100,000 have bought you? You know what I'm saying? And you was like, you feel me? And you wasn't mad because you just played. You thought about, damn, I know what I could have did with that play.
That's all I was thinking
about.
Me?
It wasn't the money that it was the play I could have made with the money, right? It's the money plays. So what I love about the stock market is that's how you come from that 9 to 5, from that corporate American world. What you decide to yourself is, now you say, okay, since this is taking up 8 hours of my time, let me now start using the money from this to buy more time. Because remember, this is something I always say. The person who owns as much of his time is the person who can build more wealth. He or she who owns the most time can create the most wealth. Because I own my whole 24, I have 24 hours now, so continuously free myself, right? So because you have to go to work for 8 hours or 10 hours, so now you have 14 hours you have to try to free yourself, right? And so you take away sleep, you take away, time you got to cook, you take away time you got to be with your kids. So now you may have 3 hours to try to free yourself. Right. So now every dollar that you invest now becomes an hour that you add on to your life, to add on to your freedom. So every investment you make from your corporate job now adds on to your freedom. So that's how you can leverage yourself from your corporate job, from the corporate trap. And then you have to give yourself a time frame. What am I trying to do? Okay. What is my freedom price? The price it takes for me to be free. And now what is the time span? See, we can't get discouraged because it doesn't happen overnight. We have to understand what the freedom price is, right? The freedom price is the price that we have to pay your bills and, to do the things that you need. This is your freedom price. So if your freedom price is $3,000, then that's it. If your freedom price is $8,000, then you need to see, where do I need to trim the fat at? So you got to start trimming some fat, right? You trim the fat, you get rid of the residue, because the residue makes the work bad. Come up with a number like, this is my freedom price. This is the number I need. And so now you start working toward that freedom price.
Reverse engineer.
Engineer it, King.
Work backwards. Yeah.
That's
some of the same strategies we have on the financial side in general, but on the real estate side is we call it your dream life expense sheet. And we literally have people go through and look like, all right, we could take one. One is your like you said, your freedom price, your exit price. So that's what do I need to make right now?
Right.
Just to be able to cover my bills, break even, right? So how much is that? $7,000 a month, $3,000 a month, right? That number. And now you start working backwards. So how do I get these kind of returns, right? Stocks, equity appreciation, residual income from rents, dividends, right? These different things that bring in us different revenue that is essentially remove us from having to exchange our time for dollars. 100%. Then we can do what we want to do. We could do what our passions are, or create more wealth, more time with family, all of that, right?
100%.
So real estate and stocks are two dual vehicles of that. And so one of the biggest things we've done in the past with our Wealth DNA kit, I'm gonna try to get everybody that who joins the Saturday class. We have a Wealth DNA kit that basically gives you a weekly budget, a monthly budget, an expense tracker, and this Dream Life expense sheet that basically just allows somebody to look at, because many of us don't even hold an accurate, up-to-date monthly budget to really know 100%. What is our freedom price? What is the price?
Right.
And what does our freedom cost us? And so when we boil down what our real true expenses are monthly, it gives us then that tag for us to work towards. So that's something I definitely want to work with everybody on that corporate trap. So if you don't know that part, you're going to continue to exchange hours for dollars until you can work your way.
Yeah, and that's a losing game.
Paying them hours off.
Yeah, that's a losing game right there, man.